Hello, everyone. Welcome on the OpenAI Whisper Hackathon. We are so happy to have you here. I'm so happy to you to join us today. Hope you're doing great because we are so happy to spend such a Friday evening together with you. My name is uh, Elizabeth Murchuk, and today I'm going to be MC. So I'm content manager, and I'm content manager at New Native. And New Native is an owner of LabLab AI platform. So happy to have you here, guys. So right now we are jumping to have a schedule to check the schedule for today. And right now we are on the step of introduction. We will be talking about LabLab AI mission and vision. And Pavel with Matthias will be talking a bit more they will jump more into details. Right after that, we are going to talk more about OpenAI Whisper Hackathon, introduction to the challenge, how we will just be, going through it. And I'm here to make it a bit smoother. So again, welcome, and happy to have you here. So also we'll talk about Discord server, how it works. And right after that, we are going to have a talk of Alexander Molak, who is machine learning engineer and researcher. And interesting fact that he was also participating in previous LabLab AI hackathons. So he will be sharing some insights in how to make your project work right after lights go down. Right after that, we are going to talk about how to prepare a good presentation because, this is really super important part of evaluation, like for judges to evaluate your project later on. And after 7, the kind of magic starts. So you will have time for team formation and for concept creation. You will have a time to think about your idea, how you just create everything, and to meet your members, the team members. Yeah, and to choose a team leader, which is super also important. When we are talking about Saturday, we will start our day with a talk of Rudradev Mitra. And Rudradev is also AI researcher and also entrepreneur who is building everything with AI and work on the idea that AI is for good. So we will start kind of morning super productively. And right after, we will have interviews with participants, which is really important part and interesting actually not to miss, as you will have an opportunity to meet with us, to LabLab AI team, and to talk a bit more about your project, how everything is going, about ideas, just sharing good vibes because only positive vibes. And also we will have a talk with Fabian about what is actually Whisper. So it will be happening also at Saturday at 3, and you can join us here on Discord. And also, after Fabian's talk, we will again have interviews with participants. So feel super, super free and welcome to join because it's really nice to have such a talk. You can bring your friends, your team, coffee, maybe some snacks, I don't know. But just, to have this chill and cool atmosphere to talk, to share everything, to share good vibes. And you need to remember that everything will be happening in a test time zone. So just make sure that you plan your time right, because for this hackathon, you will have just a weekend to go and to finish it. So Sunday basically is a day where you plan everything, and super important time, which you need to remember that at 23:59, so basically, right when the Monday starts, right 1 minute before it, you need to submit your solutions. And how to do that, we will talk about it later. But make sure that you plan your days right. And you don't miss anything, which will be super, super important for you and for us to, share your vibe. So, uh, we are LabLab AI. We are a platform who is designed actually to support and stimulate the modern AI ecosystem with innovators behind. And they are basically doing a series of events, which you may actually check out on our website or every social media. And make sure that you will not miss it out, because it's really great opportunity to use technologies, to build with them, and to also meet people, because hackathons basically is an amazing place to find solutions for problems, of course, to build and to build with people. This is really, I think, super important for now too. And when we are going to talk about New Native, is basically the owner of Lab AI, and it's actually all people behind the scene. So it's all of us, a big team, who you can reach out if you have any problems or questions. But I think about New Native and Lab AI will be better for Matthias and Pavel to talk a bit more into details, as they are founders of such a great source. So welcome on the stage, Pavel and Matthias. Hey, hey, how are you doing?
Hey, good evening, everybody. It's great to have you. Thank you, Lisa, for the lovely introduction. We're super happy to be here with you today, and we are very excited. Today is a very exciting day for us. We started New Native together with Matthias with this idea that we can have a very positive impact on humanity. Right? We truly believe that we are on the brink. We are the wave and the shift in the systems of how people and machines and computers in general and technology interact. And there's a new wave of software that is being built right now using artificial intelligence. So what's important for us is that you are part of this wave. If you joined us for this stream, if you signed up for this hackathon, if you want to understand Whisper and other AI tech, you are ahead of the game. So it's very nice that you are here, and you should feel very happy as well, because this means that you are exploring the next frontier. You are on the state of the art technology, on the cutting edge, right? So the tip of the spear, as they say. So we're very happy to have you. I think it's great to hear from Matthias about how he sees, the future of AI technology in general, and what does it mean, and maybe a few words about Whisper as well. And we can talk about later together about how we want to continue to build LabLab together with you, everybody here.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, do we have any slides we want to show now, or should I just talk?
Just say a few words, I think, about AI tech in general and Whisper in particular.
Yeah, maybe we can jump to the Whisper slide, and I will talk a bit about Whisper specifically. While we're trying to fix that slide, I will start talking. So basically today we want to see what you guys can build by using Whisper. Whisper is an open source, I guess. It's an open model from OpenAI that you can deploy and run yourself. And it basically allows to transcribe audio into text. And this basically opens up a world of opportunities to build really cool solutions based on a voice-based UI, so to say. It's not super easy to deploy and run this, to be honest. We have prepared as much material as we can. You will be able to find material both on the hackathon event page itself, And you can also go to our technology pages. There you will be able to find everything from Python code to deploy your own API to different starter kits, so to say. We would love to see you all also incorporate either GPT-3 or Codex in the challenge. We will make sure that everyone gets some credit on their GPT-3 account, and we will also make sure that everyone that actually are actively participating get enrolled to the Codex beta. Yes, so I think that's about the technologies itself. You can find a lot of information on the technology pages. You can also ask in the Discord. I believe we also put up an API that you can use directly that actually will do this transcription for you. We will do an update on that in the Discord shortly. But yes, we're really looking forward to see what you guys can come up with. It's an amazing time to build stuff, especially in these segments that we are in right now. We are truly going through a fundamental shift in software, what we are seeing. So we believe almost all type of software applications and so on will shift into this newer type of technology. So it's really an amazing time to build stuff. Pavel, have anything to add to this?
I would say that, I'm super excited about Whisper personally, right? I think it's one of those technologies that comes along, maybe once a year, that has the truly amazing capability to transform and to introduce a new wave of innovation, right? So we know that the interface between us and applications is something that can be done so much better. And with Whisper, we are one step closer to resolving, this innovation challenge. What I also wanted to say is that Whisper was released just 3 weeks ago, I think exactly 3 weeks ago. And today you are joining us together with 1,400, 1,500 other AI makers to build new solutions based on Whisper. So everything that is created here today is innovation, and you are part of that innovation. So for me, this is truly inspiring to see so many people interested at this level, and it's truly inspiring to see this level of technology being introduced into LabLab.ai as well. So this is our goal, is to bring you new technology all the time, with the ability to create something out of nothing. So yes, welcome everybody. We love that you are here. The whole team is super excited, and we will be here all through the weekend to support you. So yes, I think that's it. We can continue. Matthias.
Yes. So one thing we really want to underline, so it would be awesome if you guys can use Streamlit or Replit to actually deploy your applications, because that way we will be able to actually embed them on your submission pages. We have fixed like starter boilerplates or kits both for Streamlit and Replit. It's a little bit unclear right now where you find those kits and the links, but we will make sure to post it out on Discord and also update the event page. And just to go over like the general rules and what we want you to do. We want you to use Whisper. It's a plus point if you use GPT-3 or Codex in combination with this. It's also a big plus point if you use Streamlit or Replit to actually deploy your proof of concept. That makes it easy for others to check it out, and we will be able to embed it on the page also. And I think that's all for us, Pavel. Maybe to mention also that as part of the Lab is one part of the initiatives we are working with. And we are really moving forward here. We are deploying more initiatives and infrastructure to be able to support everyone here and others if you decide to kind of continue on your journey forward and actually try to build a real company or a real product out of your concept.
Yeah, so as you
Yes.
said, thank you. Thank you so much for your details and for being here again. So as you said, everything right now nowadays is about being flexible. And as Whisper just released 3 weeks ago, so it's really cool to use it, to use these technologies like today, and to use it during this OpenAI Whisper hackathon. So also about challenges. Maybe Matthias, you can also go through the challenges which are waiting for our participants, which you already
Challenges.
mentioned some of them, but some details a bit more about. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So we want to see innovation. Try to come up with smart use cases. For example, we could with these technologies you could relatively easily build something that creates study notes from an audio file, or something that allows you to search like a knowledge database easily by voice, for example. So yeah, as I mentioned, you need to use Whisper, plus point for using GPT-3 or Codex or both. Plus point if you use Streamlit or Replit to deploy on. And that's pretty much the rules. Try to do useful stuff, and try to come up with a couple of concepts before you actually decide what ID to go for.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, and important to mention that all participants that join the team will get $18 added to their OpenAI account, and all the participants who are joining a team will get enrolled in OpenAI Codex. So yeah, for you guys not to forget, if you have some problems, just connect with us, and we are super happy to help you all the time. Yeah, so
we send this email list of an AI in a couple of years, so make sure to join your team if you want this credit and access. There's still time to kind of pull your friends in and build some stuff with them, not over the week.
Yeah,
that's very important. Very important that we're still accepting participants right now. So there's still time, I think 2-3 hours, and then the list will be closed, and then Codex access will be limited for anybody after that. I think also to finish on the technology front is LabLab has a set of tutorials for everybody and boilerplates, and you can find them on lablab.ai /tech. And you can find the link at the bottom of the LabLab website. The tutorials are also available on the LabLab Discord, which is very, very important. You can see individual channels and you can ask questions for each tutorial in the channels. So we invite you to go through them.
Yeah, and actually connected to Whisper, these tutorials on Saturday, as I said before, at 3, US time zone, we will have a chat with Fabian Stelle, who was actually writing some of these tutorials. So he will be, I think, super happy to, help you with getting more and more into Whisper. And not only, because of tutorials. So right now we can jump into hackathon guide for you not to get lost. And as I said before, feel a bit, more kind of welcomed. And, I always say that it's really great to feel like you're part of a family in a company. And I think if you are in hackathon and you're building your team, actually, you need to make sure that everything works not just step by step, but also on some kind of personal things base. So first step will be for you to create or join your team on LabLab AI. And then you meet your teammates on Discord, which is, as I said, you need to be all together all once, a big team. And third step will be to prepare 2-3 concept, and then you can communicate, discuss, and get this okay go. So everyone is satisfied basically with what you have chosen. So you can easily build next steps and kind of create a strategy. And the fifth step will be to build the prototype. And of course, on Sunday at 6, on Sunday you are going to present your solutions, but it will be going to happen in the form of submissions on our LabLab AI platform, about what I will tell a bit later. And so as I said, the sixth step will be important to present your solution, and it's your time to shine, actually. And how to do this? Also, we will help you to make it, the best way possible. So to create your or team or join your team, you need to look for a team channel on LabLab AI Discord server, then create a new team or join LabLab AI event. So here you can basically see how it. Then after that, you can meet your team on Discord. So connect your Discord in your LabLab AI profile, and the voice and text channels for your team will be created automatically on Discord servers. And I think a lot of you already done it. But for those who are just joining, so here you can see basically all the steps. Then you can communicate with your mentors. So here you need to prepare this concept, which I mentioned before, and discuss them with mentors. So you can, get this okay go. So, make sure that everything is, can go more smoothly, and you can be more sure in your idea or, the project which you will be building. Right after that, you communicate with mentors, and they are available throughout the whole event. And you can use calling for help in team page and wait in your team's voice channels. And mentors will jump into the channels when they will be available. So you can just, if you cannot reach them, can reach us, Level Up AI team, and we will help you to do that if you have some problems. And now I want to pass my word and welcome and greet our guest, who is machine learning engineer and researcher at Iron Skills and independent machine learning researcher at TensorCell, Alexander Molak. Super welcome, Alexander. Happy to have you here. I cannot hear you.
Let's try like this.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Perfect.
Okay,
nice.
great.
Really awesome. Yeah, happy to hear you. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm very good. Thank you. Thank you. How are you?
I'm also pretty good. Yeah, a bit excited about this whole technology and already tried to use it. So it's really amazing. And also, I forgot to mention that you're specialized in natural language processing, right?
Yes, that's
And
true.
not only, actually, a lot of things, so you can, stage is yours.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Good evening, good morning, everyone. Probably depends where in the world you're based currently. I'm here today to talk not about technical stuff, but to talk about how to make your project still work or continue your project after the lights go down. So by what I mean by the lights go down, when you come to an event like this, especially when it's an event with a new technology, you meet new people. It's very exciting, at least for me. It's usually very exciting, and this excitement is something that provides you with a lot of energy and a lot of motivation to act. Another aspect is that this is something new, right? Every hackathon is a unique event. So you never experience the same hackathon twice. It's always something new. And this adds to the excitement. And so this excitement usually helps people go survive and thrive through events like this, even if this means very small amounts of sleep, not enough food sometimes, and so on. People go further, move forward because they are excited, they are motivated, and this makes everything much easier. And I want to give you a perspective what happens when an event like this ends. So we are after the hackathon, and there's a project. And I think that I deeply believe that to be effective in this post-hackathon or post-event period with your project, you need to start before you even start the project. So everything starts with something that I call a fundamental problem of any business endeavor, which can be defined by a question: whose problem do you solve? And by this I mean that you can take any technology and build any type of solution. But if this solution is not an answer to someone's real problem, can you still hear me? Sorry. I had some
All good.
interruption.
All good.
Okay.
All works.
Okay, okay, great. So if your solution is not a solution to a real problem, you can build something that is technologically very advanced. It's technologically beautiful, mathematically beautiful, theoretically beautiful, and so on. But then you put it out there to the world, and they do not come. And nobody comes. And the reason that they do not come is not that you're missing features. The reason that they do not come is not that your code is not good enough, not fast enough. It's not using the best technology, maybe the second the best. None of this is the reason why they do not come. The reason that they do not come is that this product is not answering something that is important to them. So I want to give you 5 things that worked for me in the past for projects like hackathon projects, like scientific projects, and some independent industrial projects. But before I move on to those 5 steps, I want to share one thought with you. I think it was Pavel who said before that working with Whisper today, you are a part of innovation, because this is like a very, very fresh technology. And not many people, even if they wanted, they didn't have too much time to experiment with it. So this is like something like Terra Nova, like a new Earth, right, that you're discovering. But there's another dimension to this. Whatever the outcome of this hackathon will be, you will learn something new. Okay, whatever the outcome of this hackathon will be, for you, for your project, you will learn something new. So it doesn't matter if your project will succeed in some sense or will not succeed, you will learn something new. And in this sense, this is an experience that you can always see through the lens of value. But I want to go even a step further. If you think about it, this new thing that you learn is a thing that you will have and you will share with the world in one form or another. Maybe you will create something. Maybe you will just talk with someone. And you will pass a part of your experience from this event to another person. And you never know what will happen with this part of your experience further down the line, right? And in this sense, everything you do here today, you don't do this only for yourself, but you do it for the whole community. By building something meaningful, or by building a project that, even if it won't work, you are giving something to the community. Okay? And I want to propose to you to think about your work today in these terms, that you are doing something for the whole community. And how broad you define the community, I leave it to you. I believe that this perspective will give you something very important. It will give you a motivation to go one step further, maybe, than if you only thought that this project is for you, and maybe you did not manage to do something that you imagined that you will produce. Even if you don't, everything you do can give something good to someone else. That said, make sure that your project will succeed after this event will finish, and after the lights go down, after the excitement drops, after you go back to your everyday life, whatever it is. Maybe you have a company, maybe you're here, maybe you're a CDO, a CEO, and you came here to use this technology to expand your portfolio of whatever you're doing. Maybe you're just starting, maybe you're a student, but there's your regular life, and you have habits in this life. And these habits, because habits are things that you were consequently doing for some amount of time, they are stronger than anything that is new, okay? After the excitement goes down, after the event, your habits will kick in. So now, if you want to succeed with this project after the event is done, you can do those 5 things that I will share with you. And they worked for me many times. So the first thing is establish the communication channel with your team. Now, again, it depends where you're coming from, what's your context. Maybe you already have a company and you're using some technology like, I don't know, Microsoft Teams or Slack or whatever it is, any other platform. Or maybe you will be forming a team today with someone that you don't know. Before you start working, agree on a communication channel and structure this channel. It can be a very simple structure, just private messages, I don't know, technology, maybe front end or whatever you're planning to do. And pick this channel to reduce the friction, okay? Because if you go back to your regular life, you will have your own routines, your habits and everything. And if you want to add something new, you need to reduce friction to make it as easy as possible. So pick a communication channel that is easy for all of you in the team, or you like it the most, something that you like that is like works smoothly for you. It can be WhatsApp, whatever works for you. So that's number 1, communication channel. Number 2, schedule time. Schedule dedicated time after the event for meetings and updates. Again, if you have a company, maybe you want to get a strong momentum after the event. Maybe you want like daily meetings with updates. Maybe you just want like weekly meetings, maybe twice a week, whatever works for you. But also, do it before you start. You form your team, or maybe you already have your team, but before you start with the technology, with anything else, establish your communication channel and schedule time after the event. So maybe you say like, hey, it will be Wednesday, 8 p.m., okay? Just put it in your calendar and so on. I know that with scheduling time, it might be a little bit more complex, because especially if you work in different time zones and so on, it might be difficult to reduce the friction. But well, there's probably something, a local minimum. So you can try finding it. Okay, so number 1, communication channel. Number 2, scheduling. Number 3, split responsibilities effectively. So I want to share one story with you from a hackathon that I took part in, a Lab hackathon years ago. I remember we formed a team, and in this team we had, I think, 4 people. I was a machine learning engineer, and another person was also a machine learning engineer. And clearly, it didn't make sense that we both do the same thing. So this person was really good in computer vision, and we were working with a computer vision model. And I said, hey, I think you should take care of this, right? And I thought, I can do other stuff as well, right? I can help with organizing the project. Maybe I can help with front end. I know a little bit of React and so on. So I just left the stage to this person, and I just put my energy in something that was useful for the project. So I was helping organize tasks, data flow, and so on between the participants. I focused on building the front end. And we're actually able to build a solution where we deployed the model. There was a server. We connected the front end, and we won the hackathon. So sometimes it takes a little bit. You need to take your pride and put it away, right? And say, I know I'm good in this. I liked it. I would love to do this. But maybe there's another person, and they are like really focused just on this one thing, and maybe you have some other resources. So split your responsibilities effectively. Also, I know that sometimes maybe you just have 2 deep learning people and you are just focused on this one thing and you don't do other stuff. Maybe then you can split, within this task somehow, split the tasks. But try to think about it, how to do it effectively, so you don't have a situation where 2 people are doing the same thing. Okay, so the first thing was establish the communication channel. The second thing, schedule time after the hackathon, but do it in advance. And third, split responsibilities effectively. Number 4 is make people interact with your solution as early as possible. Okay? So if you're solving a problem, and this problem might be a problem that you heard of, I don't know, on the internet. Maybe some of your friends share this problem, or maybe this is a problem that you yourself experienced some time ago. Whatever it is, try to find people that you think that might have this problem, and let them interact with your solution. In a hackathon, it's really great because you can try to reach out to other people who are taking part in the hackathon, and you can just ask them, hey, how does it work? How do you like it? And sometimes it's difficult because we have this project is like, we know it's not ready, right? We imagine this final state when, this shiny little thing here, like a better optimization, I don't know, better predictions because we have better sampling or whatever it is. But even if it's hard, try to do it as early as possible. You will get very valuable information from those people, and you will be able to reiterate or maybe make better decisions regarding next stages of your project. So this was number 4, and make people interact with your solution as soon as possible. And 5, finally, talk about your project. So you might think, again, hey, this is not ready. I don't know if it will work. Maybe I will fail with this. So better I will keep it for myself and so on. And that might be somehow intuitive, but I want to propose you another perspective. If you go outside, go talk to your friends, you talk to people that you meet, I don't know, in the business meeting and so on and so on. You never know what these people are thinking about, what they are doing, in their private time, and who they know, and what these people that they know might need today. So sometimes you might talk to a lawyer and suddenly you will learn that he has a colleague who is in another industry, and now the idea that you have is something that can solve their problem. And maybe 1 week or 2 weeks from now, you will have a meeting with this person and they will be interested in financing your project or maybe buying your idea or whatever it is. So number 5 is talk about your project with as many people as possible. Of course, if they're not interested, I think it doesn't make any sense to push them, but you can just mention this. And if it gives a little spark in their eyes, you can continue, and who knows what you can learn. Okay, so let me reiterate this. So the first one is establish the communication channel, and remember to reduce friction as much as possible. The same thing with the second thing: schedule dedicated time after the hackathon when you meet. Maybe once a week, maybe twice a week, maybe daily. I recommend to do it at least once a week for the first 30 or 60 days. Then you can maybe change it to twice a week, I don't know. Third, number 3, split responsibilities effectively in your team. 4, make people interact with your solution as soon as possible. And 5, talk about your project, even if it's not ready, with everyone who might be interested. And these are these 5 ways that I wanted to share with you. And I'm happy to take any questions or comments that you might have regarding the project and the structure and your thoughts.
Yeah, I'll jump in. So thank you again so much. Actually, like when you hear the steps, they kind of, they're pretty simple. I mean, basic things you need to do, but actually not everyone is doing that, especially last 2 steps. For example, talking about the project, because as you said, they think that maybe it's not good enough yet, or even doing the steps. But probably you use the steps last year, then probably win a hackathon, right? Or
it was more than last year. It was, I think, it was more years than last year.
More years. Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Because we started in 2019. Yeah, but it's so interesting actually that you had took part in Lab AI event. So that's amazing. Yeah. Are you still in touch with your team? Sorry for interruption.
We are friends on LinkedIn, and I think we meet sometimes, here and there. Yeah.
No, that's really nice.
Yeah. Yeah, that was really nice. So I wanted to refer to what you said about that the steps are simple. That's true. These are very simple steps, um, but there are also these details that I think are pretty important. So to do these things in advance is very, very powerful. It sounds like nothing, right? But it's very powerful. You can see the difference for yourself. I mean, you can try one. If you have
Definitely.
many hackathons, try to do it this way versus that way. Like after the event, it will be much harder to gather together and to have this motivation to find this time and so on, right? If we go to our normal lives, and I'm sure that most of you here are people who have a lot of stuff on their heads on like everyday basis, right? So doing this in advance just makes your chances to that you will continue and you will succeed with this really significantly. And
Yeah.
if I were to just summarize, like, what is the one single factor that has the most impact on like any project, I would say it's like perseverance or grit, as Angela Duckworth from UPenn called it, right? So it might be very difficult and you will have challenges. And well, I remember on like every single hackathon I took part in, we had like crazy challenges, like one hackathon in, I think it was in Krakow some years ago. It was about smog and air pollution. We had a great hypothesis, but it was almost impossible to find the data. But we found this data somehow, and so on. So you just need to persevere, right? There will be challenges. Sometimes maybe you will need to change the idea slightly, or maybe we'll need to pivot the idea. But if you move forward, despite all of these obstacles, your chances to succeed are much higher.
Yeah, and definitely it's really important to come up with kind of solution, but not with a code basically, because I think it can follow up the situation. And yeah, as you said, I really love to use in my life the phrase kind of fake it till you make it, to feel kind of more confident sometimes, even if it's, not enough yet. But I think it's really nice. And thanks again for sharing such tips. I hope our participants will use them and will believe in themselves like much more. So later on, we can also help them in the future to build, to hack, to crack, and to, make life really easier and better because, AI is, we use it for good. So thanks a
Yeah.
lot, Alexander. And yeah.
Alexander, just a word from my side is so.
Yes.
Thank you very much for joining us, and true mentorship on your side, I would say, right? Because I think this is a very important element that you mentioned in the community is that you have to use mentors' support and help, yeah, and that's why mentors are here. People that have tried to build projects, yes, succeeded or failed, and both bring a lot of lessons. So I would like to remind on this note to everybody listening here and everybody on Discord is that you can ask for help from mentors. You are not alone anywhere in this process, right? So people can really support you. And I think Alexander made a very good summary of what is the support needed and how to act, between yourself and support each other after the project is finished, right? So I think that's very nice. And Alexander, thank you very much from our side for joining. It was a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
It was a pleasure.
I just to add one more thing, because you inspired me by saying what you said. I think the thing about mentorship and I don't know, coaching, all this stuff. This is very important. Why is it important? Because if you're serious about your project and you want to move forward, people who already who have been there on this path before, they can just speed up your progress exponentially, right? So today, we are so blessed today that we can go to YouTube and archive and I don't know, even Wikipedia and 1,000 other resources, Coursera and educational platforms. And I'm deeply convinced that you can learn today anything, actually almost any subject on a PhD level for free using just internet. you can do it. You can learn almost any subject on a PhD level using only free resources on the internet. But that said, it will take you time. You will need to watch like 10 YouTube videos, and 1.5 will bring you value that you really need at this stage. And a mentor will just speed up this process because they know which information to choose and how to give you the value that you need today. So sometimes in my coaching program, in one-on-one coaching program for like a machine learning career, I'm telling my coaches that it's like compressing months into hours or years into days. So this is what a good mentorship can or good coaching can give you. And I think that's a really beautiful idea that you have this mentorship and you have mentors available in the hackathon for all the duration of the event. That's really amazing.
Thank you, Alexander. It's really amazing to listen to you as well, and how you inspire the community to follow through, and build something great. So we are really thankful. We will go back to the presentation. Big round of applause for Alexander from everybody on the Twitch channel, and let's continue and allow everybody to figure out, how do we progress when they need to complete their presentation.
Yeah, so time is flying, and for now we want to kind of help you to make your time of shining a bit better. So about your presentation. So every great concept for sure needs an outstanding presentation, kind of surprise, which needs, a good package. So here's a core things we recommend you to include. So what have you built? The demo of your prototype, process of building the prototype, and the business plan. So it's really good to have to kind of make judges and people understand the perception of how further you can go. And right now, I will kind of pass my word to also technologically created human, which will tell you a bit more about how to create your presentation. So, yeah.
In the LabLab community. Hi everyone in the LabLab community. In this video, we're going to show you how to prepare an amazing professional presentation for your project so that everyone will want to try it out.
Can you turn on the voice, please?
First, let's go through the submission
guys,
process.
need to restart that.
You'll find the team page.
There's no sound.
To submit your project, you'll need to come up with a general, compelling description of your. Hi everyone in the LabLab community. In this video, we're going to show you how to prepare an amazing professional presentation for your project so that everyone will want to try it out. First, let's go through the submission process. You'll find the Submit button on your team page. To submit your project, you'll need to come up with a general, compelling description of your project idea, a video presentation and showcase of how your project actually works.
There is still no sound, so I think later on we can just
try your project
share the link for this video
now, let's
in
dive
our
a bit
Discord
deeper into the presentation process.
channels.
A good presentation is critically important because it will form the impression of your product for the judges and for the community,
I agree.
which can be your potential users. And if you decide,
let's move the video to the Discord, and we'll share it with everybody, and we can just describe. Yeah. Sorry. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Hi everyone in the LabLab community. In this video, we're going to show you how to prepare an amazing professional presentation for your project so that everyone will want to try it out. First, let's go through the submission process. You'll find the Submit button on your team page. To submit your project, you'll need to come up with a general, compelling description of your project idea, a video presentation and showcase of how your project actually works, a link where the community can go and try your project if possible, Now, let's dive a bit deeper into the presentation process. A good presentation is critically important because it will form the impression of your product for the judges and for the community, which can be your potential users. And if you decide to continue developing the project after the hackathon, it will be a great pitch that you can use for customers, investors, or mentors in the future. Here's a guide to a few pro tips you need to know to make people excited about your product. Start from the idea and problem, user's pain, that your product can solve. Make a detailed explanation of how your product works and the technologies you use for this. Make people excited about your project through a case study of how the user interaction with your product will look like. A screen recording of how you perform a common tasks might be perfect. Do not forget to mention what prospects there are for the product and where it can be applied. This is a very important question that you should ask yourself in order to understand whether it is worth continuing to develop your idea and investing your time and money in it. Last but not least, try to not overload the slides with text. Most people won't read it. Try to be concise, using 2 to 3 sentences maximum to describe each point that we listed above. And preferably allocate most of the time to the showcase of how your product actually works. This is always the most interesting part. So this is how you can make people fans of your project, even if they have never used it yet. And of course, your great presentation will impress the judges and help your team win the hackathon. We wish you success, and don't forget that in case of any questions, you can reach us out on Discord. We'll be more than happy.
So right after your presentation is perfectly done with all tips you have heard and in the video, you need to remember that your video should be maximum 5 minutes long, and make sure that you upload it through submission form in AI team page. And the super important things to mention, just team leader can do the submission. So do video maximum 5 minutes long with your team. Make the perfect presentation first, of course, and then upload it via on our platform via submission form. And team leader should do this. Yeah. Then we are going to evaluation criteria. So for you to understand how your project will be evaluated. So important things are degree of competition, presentation style, applicability, of course, or business value, degree of innovation or originality, so technology or realistic capability. Also, the impact or how unique it is, basically your project and product. And overall impression, of course, matters. So yeah, wish you like in doing such videos, perfect presentations where all your team or maybe team leader can just, show up, tell a bit more about the project details and sharing the good and perfect vibe. And if you need additional help, you can always reach us, a team, AI team, on the Discord. So you can use this hashtag OpenAI Whisper Hackathon channel and or like a channel I need help, or DM Nasty AI, or some people who will be mentioned with special statuses. Of course, you can for sure DM if you have some troubles and problems. And we were crazy happy to have you here today. Thanks everyone for joining. Great thank you to Alexander for sharing with us such tips and experience, and wish you a good luck and have fun building and hacking during such a long weekend. So yeah, see you soon.